The first thing you're going to want to do before doing any electronic service on any laptop is remove the battery from the back. Go ahead and open it up. This particular laptop has two small black stickers in each of the corners. They don't look like stickers. I've already removed them so that I can show you exactly what they look like. I just kind of stuck them to the laptop here so that you can see what they look like. They peel off with a razor blade or something very thin. Just be careful not to scratch your laptop at that point. Then you're just going to need a small screwdriver. Go ahead and take the single screw out of each side here. I think this total install is 6 screws, so it's very, very simple to do by yourself. So there's no reason to pay somebody $300 or $400 to do this. Go ahead and work your finger around to slowly break the bezel loose. Pop that loose. And you can see the screws I left in there. You can go ahead and set that aside. Now the laptop screen is right here, and you can see, go ahead and turn that around there, and it'll take small screws here. You can unscrew this first one up the top right here first if you want to kind of pull it away. Give yourself a little bit more leverage to work with so you can get inside on the other screws. Just kind of be careful, make sure you don't lose your screws like I almost just did there. Kind of pull it out a little bit, and again, there's only 2 screws that you need to pop out of each side. Go ahead and pop that one out. Pop this bottom one out here. You can see the screen just kind of pulls out. So again, same thing on this side. And the screen will pop out. Be careful, sometimes they have a kind of a tin strip back here with adhesive on it. Just kind of separate that. It's only being held on by adhesive, so just be really careful and kind of slowly pry that away. And then the screen will fall forward. There's instructions here, don't touch here, don't, you know, that kind of thing. Obviously you're replacing the screen, so it's obviously not going to be a big deal. It's a piece of scotch tape here. Pull that up really carefully, holding this down, and just be really slow with this, and this item should then pull up on it. You don't want to damage this because you're not replacing this plug here, you're just replacing the screen. Be really careful with it. Pulls right out. Any adhesive or anything on it, and dislodge that, and there you have it. Your broken screen is now removed, and this is essentially e-waste at this point. Okay, now that all that is done and out of the way, you've got your brand new nice clean screen here that you got from www.laptopscreen.com. Very quick shipping. I received this. It comes from Canada. They ship it same day, oftentimes if you order before noon, and I got mine in just 3 days. But here, laptopscreen.com. Kind of reverse the process. It's very, very simple. Set it down here. Be careful not to scratch the screen, and just go ahead and start going backwards with this. Go ahead and be really careful. Slide that plug right in there. You can kind of hear a little snap. Tape that up, and be careful when you're working down here. Make sure it's got some adhesive on here. Just try to keep that up and out of the way, otherwise it will fall through the bottom of your laptop there. Okay, now that we've essentially put together the screen and attached it to the laptop, I have a little closer view of kind of what I've been doing. This is the view of the plug. Just very simply slides in, slides out. There's the cable that I was speaking about, as far as not letting it fall through the bottom, because once you put the bezel back on, it will show through the bottom of the laptop. and then the side here is essentially where your screws go. There's two, one on the bottom, one on the top, and then this one up on the top here, which you saw when I was disassembling. Okay, so now we've essentially just propped the laptop screen back up in this bezel. I snapped it back in there so you can see what it looks like. It's as simple as just popping it in, snapping it in. So now we're going to go ahead and put the screws in. Side here. And I usually start with the top. Bottom ones are a little trickier to get in, not difficult by any means, just a little trickier. Once you put the top in, then it kind of holds everything in place, so you can pull the bottom out and get that in there. I'm going to go ahead and turn this, a little easier to see here. Pop that out just a hair. Screw in there, and get that screw in place there. Okay, so after you get those top screws in there, it's fairly simple from that point. Just get your bottom screws in. You can pull this bezel out just a hair here. Get your tricky little bottom screws in there. Good to go on that one. Get this second one here. Make sure everything's lined up. There we go. Get it to seat there. It's a small hole. Once you get there, take your two larger screws, screw the bezel back into the top. Might I add, you should probably work with a lighter surface. These little black screws are difficult on this darker countertop here. So keep in mind I left screws in the here still. You can set a little bit, give yourself a little bit more room. Set the bezel back into place. What I usually do is kind of get it into place, start the screws, and then snap the bezel in. That way you start snapping, then the screws like to pop out. So go ahead and snap it back in. Really simple. Everything lines up okay. Everything looks good. Now we flip it back over. Let's go ahead and throw the battery back in there. And let's see if this bad boy boots up. And I've left the stickers down here. I'll probably put a little adhesive or something on them to make them stick a little bit better. But let's see if this boots up. It's a very quick, easy install. Obviously it didn't shut down properly from the last time when it broke. So we'll go ahead and start that. And it looks like it's starting up just fine. And again, that's the install for the G6, the Hewlet Packard G6-1C57DX. This is the glossy screen ordered from www.laptopscreens.com. Again, very, very simple to do. Do it yourself. Don't pay somebody $300 or $400. It's not intimidating at all. It was the first time I've ever done it. It worked out great. Very simple. This is one-to-one, real time. So that's basically how long it took. Good luck.